Hi guys, I put up another, well, this is a bit of spiritual teaching or actually sharing my experiences. And I'm sorry, my battery went off, so I had to close the other reading. Well, what I was saying is that in other lifetimes that I lived in another universe, I met draconians who were like samurais. You know, they had, while they had a certain fighting style, but they had dignity. I mean, they were really respectful, based hierarchy, and they were totally different than draconians on Earth. And I remember their planet has been destroyed in that universe, so they were living in spaceships, so going all around in that universe in different galaxies, and they were totally different. So when I got awakened, some of my DNA was activated, so I could remember past lives, and I had memories about these races that I experienced in other universe. So when I had to face them here, I was shocked because they totally different here. And this indigo child spiritual teacher, she has lots of experience because she's been in this milieu for a longer time than me. In spite of that, she's 20 something. Me recently got lots of growing spiritually, and lots of knowledge coming back from previous lives. And honestly, I don't think in previous life I was awakened for enough to understand this entity thing that was going on. I was really interesting thing that she said that Enki was not around Earth until 2019. Actually, apparently he's around since 2000. And it made me think a lot and reevaluate a Christian religion. Just think about it, you know, because you need to understand the blue-ray, no, indigo children. Blue-ray children are different than indigo children. Indigo children are crystalline. They have crystalline origin, but they carry the Christ-like love. Okay, the divine love that is Christ-like. Okay, and they have different energies than Blu-ray children. While we say indigo children, they are already adults. It's usually the indigo children are the one who was born in 80s and 90s. That generation has lots of indigo children, and they were sent on Earth for a specific reason. Okay. And it was interesting to learn about this starseed. I don't know how to put this, because I know that I have audience who's Christian, and I was Christian for more than 20 years, okay? You need to understand when you are awakened and you are not in a matrix anymore. Lots of, you open your eyes, and your spiritual eyes also, but your mental eyes also. Mentally, you will be open, you will pose questions and look for answers. And what's really shocked me is, now that I went through this transformation, I understood lots of things. And one of them is a sacrificial based religions. And for me, it was normal, because when I studied occultism, during my dark night of the soul, I was obliged, because all this witchcraft and warlock and mage attack that was on me, and necromancy and all kind of voodoo. But actually it did activate many past life memories that was useful. But that forced me to understand lots of spiritual law, and one of them was is a sacrificial law. Okay, the significance of blood. And I said yes, because when you look at the Christian religion, Jesus had to die on a cross, and the Bible speaks about that he was the blood sacrifice, okay, that washed away everybody's sins, okay. And I never thought about this, because for me, even when I went to Christian church, they were teaching about that is yes, because in the Old Testament you had to sacrifice animals to please God, and that stopped because the only one sacrifice is Jesus Christ in the New Testament, okay? And it was interesting to hear this Indigo child, spiritual teacher, and actually, I know this because I know source, and a divine part of the source does not require blood sacrifice. Okay, it does not require blood sacrifice. You are accepted as you are, and you are loved as you are. And I just understood that this is actually, I don't have a right to say lie, okay? This is a that I was just thinking. After, if you have different opinion, I really respect it. But it was like a kind of, not revelation, but it's a way of thinking that maybe I did not see this way before. The book of Enoch talk about Enki and Eni, okay? And they mentioned that Enki is actually and he is Jesus. And I had problem to accept this, okay, because of my Christian background. And actually, when I work with Ascended Masters, I often work with Yeshua, okay, Yeshua. And for me, he has nothing to do with Enki, okay? And what I needed to understand that when you look at Enki's pyramid, I mean, he works with Draconians and reptilians and dark entities and Anunnakis also. And well, I was really shocked when these Indigo Child teacher talk about that many Pleiadians actually work for Enki, and they become low vibrational. That really shocked me, actually. I don't know if it's true or not. My knowledge about Pleiadians is not that detailed than other races in other universes, okay? So I don't know. I think I need to do more channelings and see. But I was shocked about this information, and it just made me think a lot that actually the pyramid of Enki, you know, the power, how you raise up in the level of the pyramid and how you find your place, is depend of blood sacrifice. Actually, some part of the pyramid are the Satanist and Luciferian also. And that I highly reject. I do not agree with them, I'm telling you. And I don't belong to them. And actually, when you examine the human history, often you find religions where human sacrifices was accepted. And this is an occult practice, a low vibrational practice, how they can achieve a kind of spiritual enlightenment on the dark side, okay? And the realization really shocked me that the Old Testament, they use animals, and in the New Testament, the human sacrifice was Jesus himself. And that is exactly the same than what they use in a pyramid. Do you understand? So that's too much coincidence together. And it just made me think after leave some comments, but not nasty one, because what I want is just people who knows about these things. I mean, I'm not talking about people who are not spiritual at all. They are not awake and they have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking about spiritual people who believe in different races exist in universe and other universe. Okay, if you are that kind of spiritual person, I would be really interesting what you think about this, because please, I don't want Christian people who's bigot and they just like blah blah blah. Okay, it's just a thinking, you know, and I just pose questions because when you examine, it's really blood sacrifice, and I remember when I was with Source, that it does not require any blood sacrifice. You are accepted and loved as you are. And the level of spiritual power and an enlightenment is based on love, divine love. So I just now I can put together divine love with blood sacrifice. I can't put together divine love with blood. Why Jesus had to bring blood sacrifice? Yes, we learn in church, okay, some theology, but is it necessary? Was it necessary? Because source really accept you as you are, and sin does not exist while spiritual crime and normal crime exist, and a karma deal with that. So in theory, you don't need any kind of blood sacrifice. Do you understand? And teaching people that you just take the blood sacrifice and you don't need to change. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, this is really funny. That is not helicopter. That is airplane. But I'm telling you, time to time, I get helicopters around my house, 5-10 minutes, turning around. So I don't know who the fuck they're looking for, but I found it quite strange. I filmed it actually because I said if I tell someone, they won't believe it. But I said I won't put it up on my channel because they will think I'm paranoid. But you could see that every 2 or 3 minutes, actually it was in August when I went through this torture, every 2-3 minutes, there was a helicopter who passed all around my house. Okay? All around my house. They did not fucking know what the fuck is going on. And it was going on 6-7 hours or something more. I just like, fuck, what is it? And I realized there are other spiritual teachers going through the same thing. They have that, and I said it can be a hallucination, it can be a delusion or something like that, because other people can have. And I deliberately filmed it, and I said, if I have a hallucination or delusion, you can't see anything on the camera, okay? But I could see the helicopter on the camera, and I'm telling you, every 2-3 minutes, they were passing around my house. I just don't know what the fuck was it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I ignore it. I have an impression I know what is it, but it doesn't matter. I can't do anything against it. So what I was saying is, I just posed this kind of question that Christian religion I believed in for more than 20 years, maybe I just don't want to say this because Christian people will be upset. But you understand, it was based on blood sacrifice. It was based on blood sacrifice. And when I'm with Source, it does not require blood sacrifice. Do you understand? Source loves you and accepts you without blood sacrifice. And you can have enlightenment and you can have advancement spiritually and grow without blood sacrifice. It's not necessary. And you don't need this. So this really made me think. And this indigo child was talking about Christ's love and Yeshua, and actually Abraham and Joseph. And she said that Yeshua was crucified. Okay, that is. She said it did not happen. Well, a Christian will be gone. Please don't leave nasty notes. These are just free thinkings, okay? And it was no, but I was a bit like strange a bit when I was listening her teaching, because 20 years is a long time, and I was really a devoted Christian at this time. But really, when you think about it, that it is blood sacrifice based, and if you know source, you know that source does not require blood sacrifice. And it's true, whenever I work with Yeshua as an ascended master, as a spiritual worker, it's all based on divine love. I never ever use blood of Jesus. I never ever use it. I never. As a Christian, I used a lot, but I mean, spiritually, you say in the name of Jesus, I put myself after the protection of blood of Jesus, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just realizing right now that this is a blood sacrifice that was not necessary. It was not necessary. It's like we learn this, but it has no meaning. It has no meaning, because when you know source will accept you as you are, because what is more important is your soul. And after, in your body, you learn lessons and you make mistake, and it's normal, because it's a part of the process. Okay, after, the karma will fix it. And you should not look at karma like a bad thing, because karma is like a guidance for your soul to keep it in the right way. And blood sacrifice is not necessary at all. So it's unnecessary. So when I saw this pyramid structure, and actually she thought about this also, that she experienced, she had astral projection, and actually Enki has a right to, I mean, human has no right to ask anything from Enki. That's what she said. And so you are almost equal with Enki. So many star seeds are almost equal with Enki. And she said that she was astral traveling there and had the right to ask questions from Enki. But you need to know about these entities. They are disrespectful. So they talk with humans like dogs, okay? They do not respect humans because they hate us. But I was surprised, because when I have contact with entities, even if they are low entities, I have discussion with them, and I ask question, and they have to respond, and they telling the truth. And sometimes the truth is really outrageous, but they tell you anyway. And she said the same experience she had, a similar experience actually, than I had. And that's is really, actually I dare to talk about this, because I know there are other stars who's experiencing the same thing than us, we are not alone. And I'm telling you, if a human would oath to pose question to this entity, they would die, because they would kill them. And us, I'm not saying we are respected, no, but we have a kind of protection. I don't know, somehow they don't touch us that much than they touch human. So there must be some spiritual agreement or spiritual law, or I don't know, something, because we are different than some 100% human, those who are not starseed. they might torture us. They might torture us. And if we don't give up our own life, our own soul, we will go through and we will escape, you know. Not escape, but they at the end they leave us alone. But these are questions that are really interesting, actually. And the Christianity, my vision about Christianity changed a lot. And actually, not just Christianity, because you can see many religions. And more I can see that before I thought religions were created because they wanted to capture the essence of a source, okay? And maybe that was the original aim. And with Enki in the picture, I can see that it went really astray. I mean, if you want to blame this soul recycling system, don't blame it on source, that it's fucked up. I talked to a spiritual person once, and she told me that this is hell on earth, living hell. And the spirit and a soul recycling system is the worst thing that Source could invented. And I'm telling you, this is not what Source invented, because the original matrix was not fucked up like it is right now. And when you can see the intervention of different races, the matrix really has changed when Enki intervened in a human genome. And these are just free thinkings, guys. Okay, I don't want to force this on anybody. Okay, it's just like it would be nice if you start thinking about this kind of stuff if you believe in, and that part of spirituality you are in, because these are interesting way of thinking. And personally, I get to know myself a lot. I'm convinced in many lifetimes I could grip spirituality. Maybe I was partially awakened, but I did not remember my previous lives. And I think this is the first lifetime that I can remember interaction with other races in other universe and other lifetimes. I lived in different races in other universe. And when I have interaction with these entities on Earth, this type of entities, I'm shocked, because in this universe, in this Earth, they are totally different. So that makes me alter totally the reason why source my destiny is actually tougher. Because if these races was exactly like what I met in other universe, it would be much easier. But right now, I will be honest with you, my destiny is practically impossible. I don't know how Source will help me to get this through or be able to do it. I have a spiritual mentor, a Pleiadian, and a Pleiadian woman. And she told me that you will be able to do it, don't worry. And I said, okay. God. Well, it's tough. When somebody tell you to do this impossible. And it's not depend only on you, but the others. And you know, the others does not have at all the affinity to fit in that what Source wants to do. So there need to be lots of alteration about my vision about this first of all, and after I have to reevaluate my purpose. I mean, my purpose stayed the same, but I have to get there, you know, because sorry guys, the noise, I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck is going on again. Probably I'm teaching about something that I should not talk about. I don't know. But this is for spiritual people to think about, okay? And yeah, in the future, if I do tarot, I will put in a title tarot and after the title, okay? This is just a testimony for those who are spiritual and into like entities and alien stuff, you know. After you don't believe in it, you just skip it and you ignore it, okay? Because it's what I'm talking about in spiritual community, they know about, okay? They know, because when you can channel, when you are medium, when you are psychic, you will encounter entities like that. I'm telling you. If nothing else, Pleiadians, okay, Lyrians, high vibrational entities. And you want it or not, once or twice you will bump into the Galactica Federation, that's for sure. And you don't know what is being a psychic or a medium, and you don't know what is channeling. And starseeds, all starseeds can do channeling. Now we can all do, this is in our, not just gene, but our synergy and our soul. It's not just a gift. Do you understand? You take away a channeling gift from a starseed, they can still channel. Because of the synergy and a soul and the structure of everything. These are really deep stuff that they don't have vision, 100% correct vision about in this universe, what I can see. Because even when I examine the Pleiadians and Lyrians and higher vibrational beings, I can see that they know everything about it correctly, okay? So you are channeling, you are medium, you are psychic, you will have experience with these entities, okay? And when you will, you astral travel, honey, you will. Are you kidding with your etheric body? You will. So you know what I'm talking about. If you are not spiritual, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like Chinese for you. You might even think that we are crazy. Well, it's your opinion. You can examine other religions, Hindu religion, Muslim, whatever, Buddhist. You can say they are crazy also because they do strange things. Also, they talk about strange things. Also, you are not obliged to watch my channel if you don't agree with me. Okay, especially if you are French. Please don't run to the the gendarmerie or the police that I'm drunk. Well, you can do it if you want, but if I'm drunk, you want to look me up somewhere, first of all, you need much more proof than that. Second, everything on my channel, it's written, it's on entertainment purposes legally. And third, if I will be looked up because of my spiritual beliefs, they have to look up milliards and milliards of people on earth, because there are many, many people experiencing the same thing, going through the same thing than I am. This is like a religion. This is your human right that you believe whatever you want to believe, okay? You don't agree with me, it's fine. This is diversity, you know? You believe in something else, fine. Go on other channel and leave me alone. You don't have to start a hate campaign and, you know, going to gendarmerie, lying about me and police and all kind of social service, whatever. Okay? So I get back to the spiritual people who's watching my channel that this is something we need to think about. Because it's really hit me. That is the same sacrificial system that the triangle of Enki. And the Satanist Luciferians, a very small part of it. And sacrificial system, you know, the soul eating and cheese siphoning and all kind of shit that is actually part of this, okay? This is really deep shit, and I just don't agree with it. I'm telling you, in other universities, things does not exist this way. Okay, but after different universe, I believe in this universe the polarity has to be respected. That's what source wants. Okay, so they have to be in equal low vibration and high vibrational beings in this universe, and somehow the balance has to be established. But there are universes where there are low vibrational in majority, and there are universes where the high vibration are in majority, and there are universes that are neutral, and also some of them are in polarity like this one. So I had many experiences, and well, I'm learning in this universe. It's interesting, very interesting. Well, the Christianity is very interesting also. Whenever I work with Yeshua is full of divine love. I mean, when I need to reach out and when I need to transformation and I want to use divine love energy, this Christ-like love energy, I reach out for Yeshua. I work with this ascended master. And I was convinced is the same person than Jesus. And now the knowledge, what I'm obtaining is totally different. So it makes me think and rethink again and again. So I don't want to teach these people that this is the truth, okay? Please. It's like a re-evolution of the things what I know. And I think it's an information that many spiritual people needs to have. So we can reevaluate our religions or our belief system. What is really the truth? And I'm telling you, in a previous download, I talk about this dream, but I don't want to teach you as that download because I will be honest with you. I don't know if this is the truth. I don't know if it really will happen or no. But the problem is that those who astro project must have noticed that these kind of structures are already present in an astral realm around Earth. And my question is that if they are there, if Enki is here since 2019, what if my dream is true? Because in that case, lots of divine soul will be trapped. So that's a bit worrying me. I mean, I'm not afraid, but because I don't think this teleportation system or something can take divine source who does not want to go. Do you understand? Only the one who wants to go. So, but if they finish up in this capsule and dead, well, that would be really outrageous. But I heard that in many spiritual community teach about this, that the many part of the New Testament was created by Enki. And it's a lie. So I don't know. When I was Christian, somebody tell me that, I would be enraged. I'm sure. I heard about the book of Enoch when I was Christian, and I remember the pastor was preaching about that this is an evil book, and but tarot was the same thing. We were taught that it's evil, and it's not. It depends where you get your information, your downloads for the tarot. Tarot is very simple. It's a representation of all the energy you can find in universe. But how you read it? Do you read it through source, high vibrational spirit guides, or do you read it through low vibrational spirit guides and low vibrational entities? Because that's what makes it evil or divine. Do you understand? The tarot is just a tool to read the energies of universe. After, if, what if this part of the Bible was not written by source, but Enki? And Enki wants to hide the knowledge in every way. And in that case, they do not want people use tarot because they can get enlightened about universal energies. They can read them and they can find out the truth, and that could lead people to awakening that will unplugging from the matrix that actually was deformed by Enki. So these are truths that I found recently, especially this torture that I've been through in August. And I'm not teaching these as truth. I'm sharing this knowledge. That's something that I think people like me should think about. That is interesting. And these are just questions I pose, because when you start thinking and comparing and you get on an understanding, after you need to put aside your traditions, you were growing up and you learn in church, and you put on side and actually you use your brain, your mental, and your intuition and divine love that is inside you. And after you will find everything very questionable, But as I tell you again, that these are just thinking. And certainly I do not want to teach about them yet as a spiritual truth. But these are interesting things. So I'm telling you, I believe the end of the time, the most important thing that we need to listen is true divine love and your deep intuition that is in alignment with your higher self. Because if you don't, there are so many teachings, so many deceptions, so many religions, so many man-made shit. And I think one of the main symptoms when somebody wants you to worship them, somebody wants to tell you, excuse me, I have a hiccup, that you can achieve only a relationship with source through them. What religious practice they do, okay? Sorry guys, I have somewhere out. Oh, I don't know where it is. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I just really sorry guys, I need to drink because I have a hiccup. And can you hear again? But sometimes it's airplane. Where did I put my yogurt powder? I found it. So this is something I think it's really worth to think about. After maybe other people has already illumination about that. But these Anunnakis, the main technique they do is deception. And actually these spiritual teacher had astral projection on had a conversation with Enki. And apparently he has more than 1,000 wives, not wives, lover, women, and 5 main wives. But he talks really disrespectfully with women. So this is not at all a divine masculine energy. You understand what I'm talking about? These are demigods. They are not real gods. And this is what I was starting talking about, the other video, the divine masculine energy, that is really, really missing from Earth. And I believe entities has to come on Earth, or star seeds, who will represent this pure divine masculine energy. And I believe, for example, this Yeshua, ascended master, and I'm not talking about Jesus, because now I believe these two different persons, Yeshua and Jesus. And this Yeshua, ascended master, who actually was not sacrificed, but represent divine love, is a typical masculine energy. And a masculine energy is something that in spiritual community we can't understand, because everybody's accepting this loving, caring, empress energy. But the divine masculine energy is a warrior spirit. It's a bit aggressive, not too much, but enough to protect. And I can see lots of divine masculine in a spiritual community, actually lots of men who's divine, but they have divine feminine energy. This loving, caring energy, but they don't embody the true divine masculine energy. It's somehow missing on earth, because they don't understand divine masculine energy. Divine masculine, the protective, very spirit, because they consider it something low vibrational. Look at the Pleiadians or high vibrational beings. Some of them has warriors. So the warrior spirit that you have to fight, that is divine masculine energy. You have to fight, you have to protect, you have to take care. And that's how you take care. And this divine masculine, the pure divine, and the divine masculine respect the divine feminine. And what Source wants is an equal give and take between divine feminine and divine masculine, and does not exist in Enki's pyramid. Enki does not know that, because he is narcissistic. And everybody practically in a pyramid system he built, actually a pyramid system is the matrix. Everybody in leader position, and actually that is represented like a divine masculine energy that is narcissistic and treat women like shit, like prostitutes, like sex object, somebody who clean, who cook, who look after kids and open her legs. Okay, this kind of masculine energy thinks they are higher level than women, and you can find this in Christian religion, unfortunately. When you look at the Old Testament, very often women had power, like Deborah, the judge of Israel, who was ruling Israel. But still in the Old Testament, the woman was lower grade than men. So I ask the question that when we have men in this matrix who think they are higher level than women, and this is the Enki mentality. It's like there's no equal give and take. The head of the family, a man who decide everything, okay? And that's what actually create Jezebel. That's what actually make women to rebel and rule, okay? That create total imbalance, chaos. But when you look at the divine masculine energy and you look at Source and Yeshua, not Jesus, but Yeshua, the ascended master, who has divine love, Christ's love, that is a pure divine masculine energy. Yes, it is protective. Yes, it is highly masculine and warrior spirit. But when you look at the connection between divine feminine and divine masculine, there is a balance. There is a balance. And there is equal give and take that does not exist in the empire of Enki and a pyramid system that actually the matrix. And after, these are just free thinkings, You understand why the Bible says that men are superior to women. Because it's coming from Enki. It's coming from evil. That is a realization that I understood recently when I was searching Source, and they blocked Source totally from me. So I had to go through all this. And this divine masculine energy is really missing from Earth. So when you look at spiritual community, the men are very feminine, divine feminine energy. They are in divine feminine energy, and they don't have this divine masculine energy because they don't want to be like this Enki type of masculine energy. They refuse it. They know that it's evil, that's not good, but they don't find the right place because somehow a good example is missing on earth, you know. And I believe source will send entities that are divine, high vibrational, that will represent this pure divine masculine energy. And Yeshua, as ascended master, is a pure divine masculine energy that is masculine, but at the same time, there is this pure divine love that permits that he is equal with divine feminine. And when there is equal give and take, and both of them are divine, nobody will rebel and nobody wants to take control because there is a harmony between them and they work together. Okay? And this Enki does not know. Anunnaki does not know because it does not exist in their world. Do you understand? And when a matrix is under the control of Anunnakis, that are all fucked up. So the original matrix that Source created was perfect. That was perfect for the human soul to develop. And when Anunnakis and Enki and Ani came on Earth, they fucked up everything, practically. They destroyed everything. And the book of Enoch described them, that's like, oh, they created human. No, they are demigods. And they did not create woman, did not create man and woman. No, it's not true. This is a lie. It's Source who created humans, and they were developing really well. They had natural connection between Source and humans, and their intuition was really alignment with the higher self. Like the original man did not needed any technology. They could read the sky. They could, like birds, could navigate on Earth, and the original state really higher vibrational than the human become after the genetical alteration of the Enki, the Anunnaki. So these are really interesting things when you will astro project, you will astro travel, you will encounter different entities, and you will learn about this. And it's a big mess because I'm telling you, they manipulate a lot, Anunnakis, Draconians, and unfortunately some Pleiadians also, and high vibrational. There are some Lyrians also who are in Enki's pyramid. You need to understand it's like politics on Earth with other races also. And since 2019, since Enki is here, is really interesting. And I'm telling you this indigo child, spiritual teacher. Yeah, we call indigo child those starseeds who was born in the 80s and 90s, and they are indigo child, are Christ-like starseeds. They have extraordinary gifts and vision about Christ-like love. Okay, Christ-like love, or how should I describe? They represent Christ love, Yeshua love. Okay, that is a type of divine love that is extraordinary, and they have lots of understanding. And the problem is that when you are starseed, you understand only just your kind. Okay, and you look at the other starseeds strangely, that they are strange. They're not like you, and that's why there is an argument in a spiritual community between starseeds and starseeds. What we need to do is accept the differences, accept that others first of all, listen to them and understand where they're coming from, and they how shall I, the genetical imprint that will come out in emotions, the way they think, their mentality. And we learn from each other, and we have to accept our differences, because that's what makes it more beautiful. And I'm telling you, these indigo child spiritual teacher, I learned a lot, my God. And there are lots of things that I do not understand because I'm a different starseed. But this their mentality, okay? But lots of things got clearer, for example, or made me think. So after, you need to open your mind when you are awakened and you are not in a matrix anymore, So that's what I wanted to share about Christianity. And actually, not just Christianity, but many religions are based on blood sacrifice. And when you think about it, this is not necessary, because divine love has nothing to do with blood sacrifice. This is the thoughts what I developed recently, but I don't want to teach us a spiritual truth, because these are just thinking, and I certainly don't want to mislead anyone, okay? Just to make people think. Well, that's what I wanted to share with you. After I just told you at the beginning, you do not agree with it, guys, it's fine. You don't need to leave nasty messages. You are not spiritual, you won't understand at all what I'm talking about, okay? You are spiritual, you do astral traveling, you do astral projecting, you will encounter these entities, these races, because they are in an astral realm, and you will see what I'm talking about is real, okay? And if you don't, then it's no problem. I'm not saying you are not on the same level than us. I'm not superior to you. It's not that. We are just different, okay? You believe in different things. It's fine. You have to go on another channel, or you leave my videos out of your life, because you won't understand. It's impossible. Okay, it's like somebody has a Hindu religion. They will talk about ancient text that a Hindu person knows really well. You won't understand, and you will think they are crazy. Okay, because it's just like, what is this? Okay, so these videos really for spiritual people who already met entities like that, because they astral project, astral travel with their etheric body. Okay, right. Okay, I will in the future, when I will do tarot, I will put it in a title that tarot, and after I will put the title. Okay, and yeah, I will get back to tarot, but I will be honest with you, they really destroyed the energy of my tarot cards. I bought new one. In a moment I bring in a house, it's fucked up also. I clean it up. They need to get back the pure energy. I need to do lots of purifications, because this torture in August, they practically tortured me, is spiritually fucked up everything in my house. I'm telling you. So right now, if I do tarot, I will be honest, I prefer to do it in my car. It's much more clearer than here in the house. But the downloads, they can't destroy it, the downloads, they can't do anything with my downloads. Anyway, thank you for watching. And I hope this video will reach out for spiritual people who's going through the same than me. Honestly, I thought I was with this. I was listening this indigo child, spiritual teacher, and they went through with her husband exactly the same torture by in June. And actually, it made me open up to talk about it, because probably there are many of us out there who's been through the same thing. But we don't dare to talk about, because we think it's only happened to us, Thank you for listening, and I send you love, all of you, even my enemies. and take care. Bye.